Thank you, Susan. And back in 1978, Dr. Roland Schmidt from the Western Washington University wrote The Water Resources of Northern Lummi Island. And all through this presentation, we're talking about Northern Lummi Island, that area north of Sunrise. There's a fault line there, and south of there is a very large rock called Lummi Mountain. It's completely different and gets its water from surface runoff than the north half. So we're talking about Northern Lummi Island, where all the wells are drilled, and actually most of the people live. I don't want to diminish Scenic Estates population by any means, but we're mostly talking about water wells in this presentation. So Dr. Schmidt said that the proximity of salt water makes the island groundwater resources among the most fragile and sensitive systems in nature. And I kind of pondered that, and I went, wow, that's really a statement. And he backs it up in his report. Good for him. He uses phrases such as fresh water is leaking out. We'll explain that in a later slide, but he gives a good overview of how the water cycle works and how when it rains, the trees take up some of that moisture. A lot of it evaporates. A lot of it runs off into streams and back into salt water very quickly. And only about 6% starts to percolate down into the ground. So of all of our annual rainfall, we only see a couple of inches of it that actually recharge our aquifer. So in 1978, he made three observations to finish out his report. Number one, back almost 50 years ago, he said, with wise usage, we could use groundwater indefinitely as our sole source of water. That's encouraging. He also said that the complexity of Northern Lummi Island will require some management in the future. And that is something that we want to talk about also. And the last one was how we develop is important. Whether or not we develop with seawater intrusion in mind, whether we develop with maintaining our septic systems, because they all provide to this very sensitive balance of nature under our feet.